Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at Warrior Class Decepticon Shockwave from Transformers Cyberverse. Now I know I primarily said I was going to be sticking to Ultra Class and Ultimate Class, and there is an Ultra Class Shockwave coming, but I think I actually like the articulation and the style of this one a little bit better from the pictures I've seen. It looks like with the Ultra Class, most of his one arm is a giant cannon, and so you lose that elbow articulation there. And some of the pink highlights are just a little bit dulled down. So I think in this case, this might be the one Warrior Class that I prefer to the Ultra Class incarnation. But there's not too many that cross over. Actually, I guess that's not true. Bumblebee and Starscream both have Warrior Class and Ultra Class versions, but I digress. In any case, today we're taking a look at Warrior Class Shockwave here. Like I said, I think he looks pretty cool. Like this art here on the card. Taking a look on the side here, you can see all the Decepticons. Now this is the kind of Walker alt form. It's kind of a joke, honestly. It really just looks like Shockwave just kind of decided to crab walk, like when you used to play that game with the giant ball in gym class. And anyway, so 9 steps of transformation, or he just like exorcist crawls down the stairs on his back. I don't know what's going on with that, but I really like the robot mode, so that's mostly why I wanted to pick it up. I think the robot mode looks pretty good. You can see the other 3 in the Warrior class that are available. I will be buying none of those. He is a Twisted Scientist. Yeah, that sounds about right. So let's go ahead, let's get the Twisted Scientist out of the packaging here, and we'll take a closer look. Alright, Warrior Class Shockwave. I will note that in the package he is mistransformed, so you have to flip out his feet. And as you can see, he's got nice big honking feet there, make him stand up very easily. He looks good. I really like the robot mode. Like I said, definitely what drew me to this figure. I definitely think this is the better of the 2 modes. I even kind of like the backpack. I think that looks kind of neat. I think it kind of works for him. You can see some of the old battery pack kind of molded in here with that giant joint. It doesn't actually do anything, but that's got to be a little homage to the original G1 toy, which is kind of a nice touch. I like that quite a bit. But yeah, I like the color scheme. I think the hot pink kind of works well with the purple and the gray. And he's got that little bit of yellow there for the eye. All just really works. A lot of nice paint applications you have here in the torso. The abdomen, the kind of kneecaps here, all in the forearms, and then of course in the gun on his back. So a lot of paint applications. I like that quite a bit. Head cannot move. The little antennas can move, but that's mostly for the transformation. You have his swivel here in the shoulder, as well as another kind of inside shoulder joint there. You have a ball joint in the elbow, so there's no bicep swivel, but I feel like you don't really need it. Nothing in the waist, but you have hips out to the side, front and back. Then you do have a thigh swivel, and then you have over 90 degrees in the knee. And then you have really just a little bit of swivel here in the ankle, but that's really for the transformation, so not really utilizable. Is that a word? Did I make that up? For the robot mode? Utilizable. I like it. Sounds fancy. Anyway, I like it. I really do like the robot mode. I think it works well. Definitely pops. The colors look great. I like the amount of articulation that you get. The only thing you could possibly really request, a head swivel from side to side. Not really that important. And like I said, a bicep swivel. But I feel like giving you ball joints in the elbow makes that not really a necessity. Just for a little size comparison, here is Ultra Class Grimlock. So as you can see, Ultra Class Grimlock is quite a bit taller. I don't want to say twice, but maybe 1.5 times as tall, something like that. He comes up a little bit past his waist, so he comes up to about there. So definitely smaller. And the Warrior class is 15 as opposed to the 20 for Ultra Class. But yeah, overall, I really do like the robot mode. Let's go ahead and get into the transformation. So I'll try not to rag on it too much, but the transformation, in my opinion, is kind of a joke. You can start by folding the feet back in, like the way it came in the packaging. You can fold the laser gun into his forearm. Then you're going to fold down those ears, like I talked about earlier, and then just go ahead and rotate the chest plate up to cover the head. At this point, you're just going to, I guess technically you're supposed to do it like this. Rotate these all the way up. But really, you can kind of position these legs however you want. And then you just come around to the back and use the thigh swivel to turn these 180. And then you just kind of, again, angle them up however you'd like. And then this can rotate up like that. And I'm just realizing I forgot to show you the backpack feature. We'll get back there in a minute. The transformation is so difficult, I don't know if I'll be able to get back to robot mode soon enough. But first of all, so here is the walker form, I guess, is what we're calling this. Again, it just kind of looks like he bent down to pick up his contact lens, and then his backpack swiveled to the side. I don't know. It's really strange. I don't understand what the advantages of this form would be as opposed to his robot mode. But here you go. This is the crazy walker form. I don't know. Even if they could have just done something where, like, you know, this, because it's pretty open down here. If this could have, like, folded in on itself and just made, like, tank treads, that's all you would have needed. Just do something like this. Have the arms just kind of connect to each other like that and just call it like a tank. Like, if you could have just had the legs fold in on themselves, and you could probably do it if you pulled them out now. But yeah, if you could have just had the legs like fold in on themselves and then bring the arms like this and just make like tank treads or something, I feel like this would have been a much more successful like mini tank or hover tank or something like that. And it wouldn't have taken much in the terms of like retooling the toy. I really feel like it wouldn't have taken much. Instead, they gave us this weird, I guess, all-terrain, you know, crab walker or something. I don't know. It just looks like a Hot Mess fan-made mode or something. I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Let's go back. Well, first of all, in this mode, you can move this trigger and you get a blast of Bubblicious. I really don't. This is like a cross between a giant thing of bubblegum and that pink slime from Ghostbusters 2. I don't know. So you have a gun here, and then if you pull this back, the gun slides in, and then the weird pink thing pops out. Now, I don't know if this pink thing is supposed to be a projectile from the barrel, but then why does the barrel recess in? I don't know. It's a bit weird. Anyway, let's get back to the correct mode, aka robot mode. Swiveling this, popping out his feet. And he does have some really nice kind of gunmetal gray on the side of the legs too, which I did not point out earlier. Rotate this up, fix his ears, bring this, and you can't even see what I'm doing because I don't have the camera focused in right. Okay, so we got this. And now we just rotate this back. So there you go. So now we're back in robot mode, the mode that looks good. He does have his one fist built in to the forearm, but that doesn't really bother me all that much. So in this mode, when you lift up the gun so that it pops up over his shoulder, these things automatically deploy, and then boom, you got double barrel Bubblicious coming at you. Everybody loves bubblegum. I mean, what else is that supposed to be? Come on. I don't get it. And it's a shame because I kind of like the look of just the gun on his back, and I wish you had an option. Again, sorry. I wish you had an option to just get the gun on his shoulder without the deployable feature. So, I guess the only way you could do it is if you cut that tab off. Because how it works is it's in a channel, so as you go up, then the tab hits the wall of the channel, and as you continue to extend it, it pushes it back, which is what makes those things pop out by the time you're done. And I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Again, it's a nice pop of the pink color. It's not quite the same pink. It's a little bit brighter. But, yeah, I don't know. The gimmick doesn't really do it for me, but I really don't mind the look of the gun on his back. I think that looks kind of cool. And I really like the robot mode. So, in my mind, out of all the Warrior class ones that are out so far, This is the only one that I think is somewhat decent. And I think it's because they really nailed the robot mode. Again, the vehicle mode is kind of a joke, and I really don't understand the advantages. I mean, I can't imagine, given the fact that most Decepticons can just fly, I don't understand why you would need it for transport. You certainly aren't going to blend in, so the disguise advantage is out the window. It actually limits his blaster, because in robot mode he gets 2 barrels of this. In vehicle mode he only gets 1. So what is the advantage of having that alt mode? I don't see it. I don't know why he wouldn't just stay in robot mode all the time. He's gonna have more firepower, a lot better modes of transportation if he can just fly, get around much easier. I don't get it. I don't know what the walker thing. Like I said, I guess if he turned it into a tank like I described earlier, again, not really more advantageous, but at least it would make a little bit more sense, being a vehicle for war, and maybe he'd have a little bit more armor plating in a tank mode. He'd be a little bit more defensive to attack, something like that. Again, this is all just me, making up lore for the show that I haven't watched yet. Actually, that's not true. I did see 1 or 2 episodes, but he wasn't in them. So, in any case, these are just my ramblings on this figure. I think the robot mode is good. I think the vehicle mode is dumb and doesn't make any sense. So if you like this figure, buy it, leave it in robot mode, because it does look good. Color scheme's great. Articulation is decent, especially for this line. And yeah, I just think he's a good looking Shockwave in robot mode, and just don't transform him ever. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.